Welcome. We're so happy to have so many of you joining us today for our session to help you engage faculty and students with your NewsBank resources. We are at the top of the hour, so let's get started. My name is Catherine Bergerson. I am the Assistant Vice President of Marketing here at NewsBank. I'll be joined today by two of my colleagues, Michelle Klanowski and Laurel Roars. Also, you may hear us reach out to our colleague, Parker Pogue. Parker's working behind the scenes to help us out today, and if there's any technical issues, he's here to jump in. So right now is really the perfect time to take a look at how you are leveraging your NewsBank resources. As we know in today's world, digital resources and online access to your resources has never been more critical. And with NewsBank, you're bringing the most credible, comprehensive content available to your faculty and students, whether they're utilizing them in person or remotely. So just to let you know, today's session is being recorded, and we will send out a copy of the presentation along with a quick survey following today's event. And all of the contact information and resources that we share with you today is available in the handout section, and you can download that at any time. So in the next 30 to 45 minutes, it's our goal to share with you how Access World News Research Collection and America's News can meet the diverse research needs of your university community. We'll give you a preview of our Academic Resource Center, share some best practices on how to engage faculty and students across a variety of curricular areas. We have some real-world examples from fellow institutions about how they're using our resource, and we'll talk about the many ways that we're here to support you. We do have time for questions and answers throughout the presentation. We'll pause to take those questions, so do feel free to use the question box anytime to submit, and we will do our best to get to all of them. So if that sounds good to everyone, let's dive in. I'd like to start with a quick poll to find out a little bit more about you, the group that we're here with today. If you could please share with us which position most closely describes your role at your library. Perhaps it's AUL director or assistant director, collection management development, reference or subject area librarian, electronic resources, perhaps in acquisitions or serials. And if you don't see your position listed here, you can just type it into the chat and we'll get to know each other a little better. So we'll give you a few minutes to submit your results. And the results are coming in. All right, let's close the poll and see the responses from our team. All right, we have about 16% in that director or assistant director role, collection management or development, 14%, 57% in the reference or subject librarian, 7% electronic resources, and 7% acquisitions and serials. Great, nice to see that we have a good representation from many positions here. And now that we know a bit about you, our guests, I'd love to share a brief background on NewsBank. NewsBank, we are a leading news and information provider to research institutions and libraries, and I'm proud to share with you that we recently celebrated our 48th anniversary. We aggregate sources from around the world, bringing you and your faculty and students credible, vetted, global news sources, many of which are unique to NewsBank, and they're all available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So now let's take a walk through Access World News Research Collection. I'll turn it over to my colleague, Michelle Klanowski. She's NewsBank's Vice President of Product Management to show us more. Hi, Michelle.
Thank you, Catherine. Hello, everyone. So when you consider a collection of news, what do you think users are really searching? We've reviewed our usage analytics across all academic institutions, and here is a snapshot of what we found. Students and faculty are looking for information to support a wide array of curricular areas, from social issues to support English literature assignments, environmental issues, political science, business and economics, international studies, and much more. As you can see, news can be used in numerous ways to support students, faculty, and staff members with a variety of information needs. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to give you a quick overview of Access World News. And for those of you with America's News, much of the information will also be relevant. Access World News is a comprehensive collection of more than 12,000 sources covering more than 200 countries and territories worldwide. This vast collection supports users with information on just about any topic you can think of, whether you have students doing research to support a class assignment, or faculty looking for articles to use in the classroom, or even their own research. No matter the topic, users will be able to find relevant information quickly. Our interface was designed with the objective of enabling end user success. It has been built through extensive user testing and feedback. And what we heard from users is they wanted a mobile responsive design, a clean and simple look, a resource that's easy to use, and they want to be able to find relevant information within 3 clicks and ideally 2. So the statement you see here at the top of the screen helps to orient the user to ensure they know what the site is about and gives them a bit of context about the type of information they will find in this collection. The words comprehensive, reliable, and information on any topic resonated the most with our users, and they've told us they feel the resource is authoritative and reliable. And in today's day and age with fake news, providing context within the database ensures the students, faculty, and staff feel comfortable they are in a reliable resource, which is critical to user success and ultimately driving usage. We started in the center of the screen with a single, simple search box, front and center. Librarians asked us to provide search functionality similar to other resources students are used to using to make it simple for them to use and find information, ultimately eliminating the need to train users, which ideally saves you staff time. And then for more sophisticated users who want to conduct more complex, refined searches, we do provide an alternative advanced search option through our More Options link. I mentioned users are looking for relevant information quickly. They want immediate gratification. And as we scroll down here on the page, you're going to see suggested topics. These topics are the most searched topics by students and faculty in Access World News. We've worked with our editorial team to craft custom searches to provide highly relevant content. For example, a subject you might not associate with news is stress and anxiety, which is a topic many students have searched over the past year. And if you'll see here on the screen, we have a category health. And when you click on health, you're going to see a set of subcategories below. And if we scroll down a bit, under mental health, you're going to see stress and anxiety. While some users may not think of news as a place to go for information on health conditions, what we've learned from our end users is they often find the latest trends or treatments for a condition, which may be so new they haven't made it into a medical publication yet. There's also the side benefit that news information is typically written in a layman's point of view, so it makes it easy for users to get up to speed on a topic. And then these articles make a great complement to other resources available through the library, such as professional journals. You can see up here at the top of the screen, this is the editorially created search provided by our staff. And what we've heard from faculty and librarians is these searches provided are a great way for them to teach students how to conduct a more complex search and ultimately help to improve their information literacy skills. And if we scroll down, you can see here we have our set of search results. And the first article is talking about stress and anxiety, and that even pertains to our four-legged furry friends. I'm going to go ahead and circle back to the home page. We've heard from students these suggested topics are also great research starters. So it's a place for them to go to help them find a topic to do a class assignment. So if you do have somebody coming in looking for ideas, this is a great place to send them. Overall, the suggested topics approach allows users to get to relevant information in only 2 clicks, all without a single keystroke, which is one of our keys to facilitating end user success. As we explore the interface further, you're going to see along the right-hand side, we have our special reports, which are typically geared around a monthly theme, focused on global issues and events and people throughout the world. We also have our hot topics, which are current research topics on global issues and people. And further down the screen, you are going to see some custom links which can be tailored to your institution. So perhaps you're located in Columbus and you would like to share a direct link to the Columbus Dispatch. And perhaps you have our historical archive all the way back to the 1800s. We can create this custom link to the full archive of the Columbus Dispatch. And as you can see, we provide all formats of the news with the historical archive back to 1871. We then have our traditional printed or ASCII text. We have the current date image from 2017 forward. We have blogs as well as the web edition of the article. Now I'm going to head back to our homepage. One of the many topics we've heard quite a bit about that people have been searching is the Keystone Pipeline. It's a pretty hot topic as of late, and there are certainly a wide array of viewpoints on the subject matter. If you notice, I put the search terms in quotation marks. If you do so, it will search for that exact phrase. So we've typed in Keystone Pipeline and we're going to click on search. And this is going to take us to our results page, which we consider our power page. It allows users to tailor results using filters along the left-hand side, and they can watch their results change dynamically without leaving the page. The default sort is to the newest matches first. You also have the option to switch to best matches or oldest matches. We also give you the option to narrow your results by the date selector. And as you can see, we have articles on the Keystone Pipeline back to 1990. So if you're looking to track a trend over a period of time, this is a great way to see the depth of coverage on this particular topic. You also have the option to do a custom date search. If you hover over this question mark, you can see all the different ways you can enter a date range, and we accommodate just about any format you can think of. As we scroll down a little bit further, you're going to see we have a wide array of source types included in the collection. So you can get a sense of the breadth of coverage across source types. In addition to newspapers, we have audio, blogs, we have newswires, videos, web-only sources, and much more. Additionally, you have the option to narrow your search to a specific year. You can also narrow to a specific source name or perhaps a specific location. And finally, you have the option to narrow by language. If we scroll up to the top, you can see we've used the typical industry standard icons. We looked at not only other resources throughout libraries, we also looked at commercially available resources. We wanted to make it easy for users to use the resource with icons they're familiar with. We added hover text to also make it easy for them to understand what each icon means. One key piece of functionality we heard quite a bit about was the ability to mark multiple articles at one time. And in fact, it was the most requested feature by faculty. You do have the option to select all 20 articles on the first page here simply by clicking this box, or perhaps you just want to select a couple of articles. The Keystone Pipeline, perhaps you're looking for varying viewpoints or opposing viewpoints on this issue. You could pull an article here from the Calgary Sun in Alberta, Canada, and perhaps compare that to another article coming out of Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, or perhaps another state. Once again, you can select the articles you'd like to use, and from this point, you can cite them, email, print, download, or save to a personal folder for use at a later time. So we're going to head back to the home page. I mentioned to you earlier, we have the ability to provide more advanced search options. So we're going to head over to the More Search Options link. We've heard from many librarians there's a need for additional content to support curriculum regarding ethnicity and diversity. And our usage analytics show an increase in searches for the same topic. Research collection covers a wide array of topics to support both students and faculties. So perhaps you have a student who has an urban studies class and they're looking at gentrification. One possible option for searching is you could type in inner city, again in quotes, so it's searching that phrase. We can also combine with a Boolean operator or urban. You can select your search field, either alt text, lead paragraph, and then we can combine that search with gentrification. Now, you can also truncate your words using an asterisk. So this will pull up gentrify or gentrification. And so from this point, you can go ahead and click on search. And while those search results are coming up, you might have heard we recently launched a new collection called Black Life in America to further support the changing curricular needs for diversity and ethnicity. So here's our search results. And as you can see, we have urban highlighted in our keyword here. We have the enhanced pop-up preview. If you wanted to take a look and see, is this article really relevant to my search? If you hover over the headline, a pop-up preview comes up, which allows you to quickly determine, is this article relevant to my search or not? Or we could scroll down, identify another article that might be more relevant, and click. So once we go into the article, again, we're using those industry standard icons. The text size can be adjusted for those of you who might prefer a little bit larger print size or text size. You can click on the A, just like a tablet, the font size will increase, or you can take it back to the original size. You also have the option to cite an article. I'll have to say, with all the training that we've done and all the feedback we've heard, this is the area that excites our students the most. We have incorporated the most common export citation tools into the resource to make it easy for users to work within the product, again, enabling their success and workflow. We also have the option to copy a specific citation format. All you have to do is click on the format and you'll have the citation. You do also have the option to email an article. You can print. You can download. And as you can see, your download options to a PDF, as well as you can save the article to a Google Drive. So if you have students a part of a work group and you want to be able to share articles, they can save it to a common drive. You also have the option to save to your folder, or you could copy the article. So perhaps you're a student who wants to share the article with other people a part of your study group, or maybe you're a librarian who'd like to connect with faculty and this article might be relevant to a specific program or curricular area. Or maybe you're a faculty member who would like to incorporate this article into an upcoming class session or share with your students. All you have to do is copy and send the article. We also recently added a new enhancement, text to speech. So for those of you who have students who could use a little bit of support, all you have to do is click the play button and it'll read the article aloud. So from here, we're going to circle back again and conduct another search. Back to our advanced search page. Perhaps you're doing a search and you want to compare multiple perspectives on an issue or an event that's global in nature. Perhaps you're looking at COVID and what is the viewpoint of China? You have a source location refiner here below where you could click on Asia and it zooms in and narrows in to the various countries in Asia. So perhaps we wanted to go to just China and learn about COVID and what their perspective is. Or maybe we want to compare how does China or Asia view COVID versus Australia. So what we can do is type in coronavirus or COVID-19 or COVID or whatever variety, again, using those Boolean operators within your search, select alt text. You do also have the option to change your sort order to best matches first. And then from this point, go ahead and click on search. And as you can see here, we have results coming back from New Zealand and Australia. It just so happens one of our first results is one of our current date image editions. And if we click on that article, you are going to see the front page of this paper. And you can see our search terms are highlighted. So if you're looking for a great way to engage students or provide context around photos, charts, or graphs, having the current date image combined with the traditional printed texts and web-only content gives you the ability to support all users in their research assignments. And last but not least, I had mentioned the resource is mobile friendly. If you go ahead and narrow the screen down here, we're going to show you what it looks like on a tablet. So as we narrow, you can see it. This would be what a tablet looks like. It still is designed to be able to facilitate research regardless of the device that you're on, all the way down to a phone format. And then we also have embedded in the interface a share feedback link. We are always looking for feedback from our end users, both positive and constructive. And with that, I will go ahead and turn it on back over to Catherine.
Great, thanks, Michelle. Great overview. This is a perfect time to have a pause and answer some questions. So if you haven't submitted your question yet, please do so now, but we have had a few come in, so we'll get to as many as we can as time will allow. And the first one is, can I follow or search for a specific author or reporter?
Great question. Yes, you can. In the advanced search option, there is the ability to search by an author or a byline.
Excellent, thank you. And how often are suggested topics, the special reports you mentioned, and hot topics, how often are those updated?
Every single day.
Excellent, excellent. And there was a mention of languages, I believe. How many different languages are included in NewsBank?
We have 16 different languages in research collection.
Great, thank you. All right, let me just check real quickly and see. I think in the interest of time, we're going to move on. If we didn't get to your question right now, I assure you we will follow up with you directly after the webinar. So thank you. There are a few that we will respond to. But now I'd like to introduce Laurel Roars. She's NewsBank's Customer Engagement and Training Manager, and she's here to give us some tips and tools to support the research needs of your university, and she'll share some examples of how other libraries and institutions are using the resource. Hi, Laurel.
Good afternoon, Catherine, and hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us this afternoon as we traverse the ever-changing landscape of reaching out to students and faculty who may be attending on campus or online to support their research needs. Today, we will share some ideas on how we help our libraries get the most value out of their NewsBank resources. As part of the customer engagement team, I've assisted university and college libraries all across the country with ways to promote resources for students and faculty on both your websites and through social media. So you might ask, how do we go about this? Let's get started by going right to our Academic Resource Center. You may easily go to NewsBank's website at www.newsbank.com and select the Marketing and Resource Center for universities and colleges. Here, you can click either on our Getting Started guide you see at the top, where you may download and print out our best practices for setting up your resources, or you can go directly to the resources your library subscribes to, which you see in the icons below, such as Access World News, America's News, one of our newest collections Michelle mentioned, Black Life in America, or perhaps you have Cannabis Research Edition, or you may be looking for ways to promote your historical archives. You also saw that earlier, or integrated collections with multiple formats. These are available to support students' research needs, including both full text and full color image editions. Now, let's click on Access World News, where our first step is to create visibility on your library's website to help build awareness of NewsBank's resources for your students and faculty. We have heard from many librarians that providing easy-to-reach, remote access to databases 24/7 is more important now than ever, whether students are attending classes in person or in a hybrid format. Here we have descriptions available for you to post on your library's homepage as a featured database, in your A to Z database list, new or trial databases, and in LibGuides or subject areas you may have created, such as business for students looking for help with careers or companies, environmental studies for students researching climate change, or one of our newest suggested topic categories covering diversity, equity, and inclusion for information on diversity and equality issues. Our customer engagement team sends out links and descriptions you may post for your databases to help you get started. Or perhaps you are in the midst of updating your LibGuides and would like some additional support. We are here to support your research needs. Now, let's take a look at how to leverage our tools to build awareness and increase usage of your America's News or Access World News databases. Share our materials with your subject liaisons and faculty via email and during weekly or monthly meetings, or any other ways you may currently use to highlight new and featured databases, such as a blog page or newsletter to faculty members. NewsBank also provides a series of short tutorials on how to use your resources, such as America's News, Access World News, suggested topics, and others for self-paced training. And these may be embedded right on your website for easy access by students wanting to know more. You may also go to our on-demand webinar section, which will be available in the next few days with our academic webinar, and that will be available shortly. As Michelle mentioned, one of our most popular tutorials among students is how to cite an article. And now with Catherine and Parker's help, we are going to show you just how easy this step will be for students using America's News and Access World News for their research assignments. Please turn up your audio, and while some of our tutorials are narrated, this particular video provides a music background. We hope you enjoyed our short tutorial, and many more like this are available in our Academic Resource Center. NewsBank also partners with you on how to promote resources on both your Twitter feeds and Facebook pages. Our marketing team creates exciting, ready-to-use social media posts each month to make your jobs easier. These ready-to-go posts are on timely monthly topics and events that can easily be copied and pasted by your marketing staff on your social media outlets such as Facebook and Twitter. Now, let's take a look at social media posts we have created for Black History Month featuring Ida B. Wells, who was an American journalist, educator, suffragette, and co-founder of the NAACP. She remained politically active in Chicago until the end of her life in 1931, and you will be able to learn more about Ida and our upcoming March social media posts. As we celebrate Women's History Month, Forbes magazine announced the top 100 most influential women in the world during December 2020. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has been named one of the most influential women in the world for the 10th time in a row on Forbes' annual list. The business magazine compiles the most influential female leaders across the globe in sectors including politics, business, and entertainment. Kamala Harris, who at the time of the rankings was then U.S. President-elect, came in third. And look for our March social media posts to learn more about who the other 98 important women are around the globe and how they ranked, including Stacey Abrams, Oprah, and Queen Elizabeth. Now, as Michelle pointed out earlier, we also have monthly special reports right on your menu pages for easy access by students who may be looking for research topics or materials, perhaps for English composition classes. And in addition to Women's History Month, there will also be special features covering World Health, including the latest updates on COVID-19. We also have a tutorial available in our video section to learn more about how to use special reports. Next, we have a few samples from colleges and universities just like yours that our customer engagement team has consulted with, including Hiram College in Ohio, who is currently featuring the Access World News Research Collection right on their homepage to stand out for students as a new resource this semester. During the team's meeting, we were able to recommend including not only Access World News in their A to Z database list, but also their new integrated collections, such as the Akron Beacon Journal, Cleveland Plain Dealer, and Record Courier, which provide multiple formats of the news combining full-text articles, web-only content, and exciting full-color image editions for seamless searching to provide information to meet your student research needs. In addition, Hiram College has also included the Access World News Research Collection in their popular databases, a section we have heard from librarians students look to for recommended or highly used databases, where they can research diverse perspectives from curricular areas including business, criminal justice, political science, English, international studies, and more. Again, all of our resources are mobile friendly and available on any device 24/7. Also, many subject librarians determine which resources fit best in their LibGuides or research guides. We are here to help you. Hiram College found some of the most relevant LibGuides to include Access World News, where information on nearly any topic can be found, as well as criminal justice, including categories for cyber crimes and gun control, current issues and events, for daily updates on over 12,000 sources, international studies covering over 200 countries and territories around the world, and direct links to Access World News and important state titles they have under newspapers. Our customer engagement team is here to partner with you and help recommend which LibGuides may be best supported by your NewsBank resources. Now, another great example of how the Access World News Research Collection can be posted on your library website is Louisiana State University, where we are easily found by students under their frequently used databases. We are also included under the research guides for news and newspapers for Louisiana, including important state titles such as The Advocate and Times-Picayune, where students are able to easily locate sources they recognize. LSU Libraries has also created their own personalized how-to videos to support students with hands-on training in short video clips embedded right on their website. Tutorials similar to these can also be found in our Academic Resource Center. Or please feel free to contact me if you would like direct links to specific videos, such as how to conduct a basic search or how to use the A to Z search list for a particular title. Also shown here are additional, more advanced tutorials their librarians have created, showing students how to create a personal My Folder account, as well as how to use My Folder account to save articles, searches, and create email alerts on a topic or trend, such as climate change or perhaps homelessness. And now we'd like to give a shout out to thank all of our college and universities that promote resources for students and faculty right on their social media outlets. Thanks now to Texas A&M Commerce Library for their creative and colorful posts featuring the Houston Chronicle collection, covering both the past and present from 1901 to today's news. We would also like to thank the University of North Carolina, Pembroke for their Facebook post featuring Access World News as their database of the week. Their link takes students right to LibGuides, where they can learn more about Access World News. And last but not least, there is a lot of information out there. Thanks also to Northern Kentucky University for sharing information with students to look at Access World News for credible, vetted news to explore diverse topics and trends. And that wraps up our presentation today. And we hope this gives you all some useful tips and tools you can put into practice right away. Thanks so much for your participation. And please feel free to reach out to our customer engagement team and let us know how we can best help support your library's training needs and promotion efforts as you continue to play such a vital role supporting both your students and faculty, whether you are on campus or online. And back to you, Catherine, for any incoming questions.
Great, thank you, Laurel. Yes, please do submit your questions in the questions section. We have a few that we can get to right away. Let's see, please remind us how we access the Resource Center.
Yes, there are several ways that you can access that. You can go directly to our website, which is www.newsbank.com. And from there, you can click on Universities and Colleges and go right to our Resource Academic Support Center. We're also going to include all of those links at the end of this presentation, so you will have access to those.
Absolutely, yes. So in the handout section, if you download the PDF, there are direct links in there. All right, let's see. For the social media posts that you've already created, are these resources that require a login? And if so, do you include instructions on how to use a proxy if it's needed to access?
For the social media posts, you can simply copy and paste those, and those you will also find in our Resource Center, and we update these on a monthly basis. And if you do need instructions, I believe, on how to include a proxy, you're able to access those as well.
All right, thank you. And if you have any trouble with the social media posts, do reach out to us and we'll be happy to help walk through it. All right, so we have a question about the new Black Life collection and how do I access the new collection?
That will depend on whether you currently are subscribing to the Black Life collection or if you are previewing that. And please feel free to email us at the end of this presentation, and we'll sure to have your sales representative get in touch with you.
Absolutely. We'll follow up with more information on that. And then a final question that I see here for you, and then we have a couple for Michelle that we may circle back to. What is the best way to collect usage stats like counters, or counter 5, excuse me?
Okay, and for that, it would be best to contact our customer service, and we can also help you with that. If you have a particular question or need that you're looking for in statistics, I would recommend that you directly email us or phone us, and our contact information is also included below, so that we can reach right back out to your individual university.
Absolutely, thank you. And I do have access to that information, so we'll reach out individually on that one too. All right, Michelle, I believe that these two are for you. Do discovery systems like Ex Libris have the ability to connect directly to an article?
Yes, they do. We integrate with Ex Libris or Primo, as well as EBSCO Discovery.
Excellent. And when it's a search result in the Primo VE, how do you know when it's a search result in the Primo VE result list?
For Primo, there's an API that searches us directly, and there's a separate search results page.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Well, we are reaching our 45 minutes here. And so just to wrap up today, I want to build on Laurel and Michelle's comments that NewsBank and our team here is truly here to support you. And today's presentation is just one step in that commitment to working with you and your team. And we will reach out individually to those of you who had questions to follow up with today. And there are many other ways to continue our partnerships and our connections to really help you maximize your NewsBank resources. We invite you and perhaps others from your institution and library for a customized in-service training. We'll happily schedule a time for you, so do reach out for that, or you can leave a note in the chat box or questions, and we'll follow up with you to schedule a customized training for your team. Additionally, as we mentioned, we have resources that you can start using right away. I invite you to bookmark NewsBank's Resource Center webpage, those video tutorial pages that Laurel mentioned, and check back regularly for updates. We are continually making new videos and adding new social media posts. And if you would like to receive actually those social media posts by email, type your email into the chat box. We'll add you to the distribution list. Also, several of the posts that Laurel shared are included in the download section. So feel free to start using those right away. And if you have any trouble with it, as we said, please do let us know and we'll be happy to walk you through it. Keep an eye on your inbox each month for our monthly Hot Topics emails. These are perfect to pull a bit of information out to use in your newsletters or on your social media platforms, however you connect with your university community. All this information, the presentation, the slides, the contact details, all are in the handout section and the gray toolbar. If you have any trouble accessing, just let us know and we'll send it over to you. We're grateful for all of these questions. Again, if we couldn't get to yours today or we need to get some more specifics from you, we do commit to getting back to you with the answers in the very near future. We hope that you found this training session valuable and that you have some actionable ways to reach out to your faculty and students right away. As you log out today, you'll see a brief survey. Please do take a moment to let us know what you thought about today's session and how we can improve in the future. So on behalf of the NewsBank team, thank you for sharing part of your day with us. Have a good rest of the week, everyone. Goodbye.